We're here to remember that we live in alignment with the infinite, in rhythm with ancient wisdom, and in harmony with collective purpose. Our mission is to reveal the Christ within, to awaken the God seed in every soul, to equip a new humanity for sacred, relevant, and impactful engagement across every sphere of life. Here at WIFI, love is unconditional, trust is a frequency, faith is a force, and power flows where truth lives. This is wisdom in flow, where the divine rises and you remember who you've always been. Stay connected with us to live aligned, love deeply, and flow divinely. Our core values are divine love, radical oneness, conscious awakening, and transformative service. And we believe that all of life flows from and within the universe's divine essence, a loving, omnipresent, and inclusive presence expresses fully in every soul. Each person is a living temple of God. And our practice is to see and express and the divine in ourselves and all of life. This is love in action. We affirm a unified world where no one is excluded, no soul is opposed by darkness, and no power stands outside of love. We equally believe in the urgency to awaken humanity to the good news of their redemption, a divine invitation to rise from an inferior expression of life to the most radiant, attractive, and abundant life possible. Our calling is to embody this truth and co-create reality where spirit flows freely, purposefully, and powerfully. I will now go through this evocation to God. Father, Mother, God, the embodying presence of all life, may the forces of me now become adjust and attentive to your divine prompting, that I may always be awake to the power of your spiritual presence. Father, Mother, God, live my entire life into conscious union with you, renewing me daily in the spirit of love, forgiveness, and fullness of joy. From this body temple of me, in which you live, let your goodwill shine forth through my aura, redeeming, consecrating, perfecting all I see, touch, and relate with. All of the holy thoughts of my Father, Mother, God, take up the wings of the wind, and the flash of lightning minister as angels to my soul. God, you are the light, the power, and eternal blessing. In you I live always, and to you be the all glory forever. From the center of the universe, within the vastness of my soul, I evoke thee to come forth, the God of all life, all wisdom, all power, all love, and all splendor to flourish for my laudable undertaking. I am one with thee, O great spirit of spirits, because the fullness of you embodies my soul. Let your power, love, and presence shine radiantly through me, guiding all my ways and divine ambitions to reveal the brightness of your day. Abiding in the center of you, most adorable God, my will and courage are energized by your dream of beauty and power. My ways are filled with holy influence as I give expression to all your divine attributes within me, in union with you, and as your power always works through me. Nothing in the entire universe opposes my good. All things work for the fulfillment of my will. Spirit of the air is ministering the life presence of God to me, renewing my soul, mind, and body. The spirit of the fire is ministering God's transforming and transmutating grace through me, making me bright. The spirit of the water is ministering God's destroying grace through my life, and I'm ever purified and reborn with the fullness of God of the God presence. The spirit of the earth is ministering God's stabilizing love in my soul. In the fullness of my godhood, I'm radiantly perfect in the midst of the element. I successfully create my will to the glory of God. O God, the flame, the divine love and wisdom purifies my mind and will. And you become the health of my soul, mind, and body. All of life is assembled, working for my highest good, and my life is becoming the never-ending, ever-revealing glory of a mighty magic presence. I take authority over my life and bless every condition I go through to reveal the greater good in my life. To you, O Father, Mother, God, who is the vastness of my soul, with you all praise, glory, throughout ages. To your name be the might and power without end. Amen.
Amen. God richly bless you, Pastor Divine, for such a time. In the same spirit, if you have your eyes closed, I want you to continue closing your eyes. I want you to sit comfortably, loosen yourself. Place your feet on the floor. If you're in shoes, you can take your shoes off, your bare feet on the floor. It doesn't matter what sort of floor you have. If it's a carpet, if it's a towels or whatever, it's still the floor. But without your shoes. Loosen yourself, open your arms. I want us to take 7 deep breaths. And with each in breath, I want you to elevate your consciousness to the truth that you are one with a perfect, purposeful, spontaneous, creative, love, intelligence universe. And as you release fully, I want you to release every tension, every limitation, every thought of doubt, every trauma that you can remember you going through. I want you to release everything fully. And as you exhale, finally, I want you to know that with each breath that you have taken, you have come home to the stillness, to the perfect, and to the infinite good. Now let us draw from the mind to the heart space. Becoming aware of the sacred presence that is always here. This is the presence of pure spirit, divine intelligence, infinite love by whatsoever name you choose, God, source, or divine love. We are not seeking to become spiritual. We are remembering that we are spirit beings using human experience for grand spiritual explosion. And in this remembrance, we realign with the truth of our divine self, whole, holy, and divine love. We are not here to get something. We are here to let something emerge. So we open ourselves to the divine download. Right here, right now, we acknowledge that the one true life, perfect, whole, and complete, is expressing through us, as us, and in us. Speak these words of truth, knowing that the presence of Spirit is alive in each and every one of us here, in person and online. And I want you to know that each one of us is here by divine appointment, ready to be uplifted. By the divine entities bearing this work, we welcome transformation, not just for ourselves, but for the collective soul of humanity. We open this service with holy expectation that transformation is not only possible, but it's inevitable when we surrender to divine will. And so we affirm, I am receptive, and I'm aligned with infinite good.
Aligned with infinite good.
At this sacred intention, we enter a moment of stillness. Here beyond words is the truth of all. Here we listen not with our ears, but with the ear of the heart. Let that still small voice embrace you. We bless this service. We bless the preacher. Bless everyone that is gathered here and every hand that will share. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen.
Everyone is okay. Thank you, Jay. Thank each and every one of us who's made it to this sacred service. Position to stand properly so that it look like I'm looking up. But I've got your images on my top screen. My camera is just below at my chin, so it looks like I'm looking. Just position it. Just to the right. Okay. So you just come out of divine code. Coming out only as in coming out of that week. But what we've done is we have engaged the hack for our sovereignty. And I was having a chat with the guru the other day, and he was basically asking me how the feedback, how I thought it went, and I was telling him, is the background music okay?
I can't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah.
You can hear it now. It's perfect, yeah. Okay. And I was telling him that it's not it's without any doubt. It's been my best conference so far. One we did 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when we're dealing with what it means to be human. I enjoyed that. That had been a highlight for me, but this one has just blown it. And the standard has been set so high. I don't know how you're going to keep up as a K, because you're doing Divine Code 2026. So it's an uphill task. Get ready for that. Yeah, it's just been. Your background gives me memories, you know. It does gives me nostalgia.
Back in the days.
Back in the day. Back in the day. Yeah. So yeah, and we shared a few thoughts on how the program went, and then the feedback form that I sent. If you haven't done one, I'd be grateful if you could do one for us. We currently have 15 respondents, which is quite impressive, looking at the fact that this birthday children. Looking at the fact that people normally pay lip service to evaluation forms and feedback forms, for 15 people out of the lot, that's nearly 50%. If 15 people out of the lot had taken the time to send evals, it's quite good. I'm really grateful. If any of you is watching or listening who have done your forms, I just want to appreciate your effort in making it happen. I'm very grateful. I still haven't recovered, as I said. But my prayer was that it will be an experience that we're not going to recover from in a lifetime. And I feel like it's been that experience that we have, I personally had been looking for. So thank you. We are picking up our discussion from where we left off, going beyond the going beyond expectations and embracing or harnessing sexual energy for creative prowess. But before then, I will just ask kindly. I'm not sure if any one of us has got a takeaway from last week's conference sessions that they want to share with us before I go into today's session, which will be brief because it's a sealing service as well. So I'm not going to go very berserk with talking. You don't want to talk? You don't want to talk? Any takeaway from the conference? And then I'll quickly touch on where we left off the week before and continue from there. You don't want to talk?
Sorry, Rev. If you ask a question, can you repeat that? I was a bit absent-minded.
Oh no, so no, I was saying no. I just want to just pick out a quick feedback from your personal feedback from last week's Divine Code, and then I'll just touch briefly on the week before, and then we can see where we take to today's session. That's all. Get into the evening service, yeah.
Last week, it's the experience I had last week is yet to unfold. But I can only say that it's like, right as you said, it's experience that I'm never going to recover from in a lifetime, because it's something to do in your lifetime. It is not one of them events you go, you listen, and then that is it. But it's a practical experience that for the rest of my life, you are going to live by it. So you can never recover from. If nothing at all, just the knowledge of being able to let go of all the traumas, all the doubts, all the fear, the experiences, the seemingly bad experiences that I've had in the past, that has formed part of my growth, that has become part of my decision making, that's limited me from expanding in my awareness into my real being or my real self. Just that thought of being able to get rid of it it's something that can never leave us, can never leave me, I can never recover from. And so it's so far the I mean, we've had all the IBs, now DCs that we've had in the past, mind-blowing, life-changing. This particular one is one that if you decide to not have any DC again, God will understand. It was an experience, one that I'm willing to have it again and again, relive it again and again and again and again and again. And I'm just adding this to it, that whoever was present and is listening to us now, challenge you to put it to practice. I'll challenge you, whatever experience that you had, whatever information that you received, challenge you to put it to practice. Because that was life-changing. I remember when we were kids, we used to have this book. I'm forgetting the name, was in mind right now. It was a book that they recommended to us students that you need to have it for life. You know, it will guide you. So this is one of them. That is something that you cannot live. You cannot live without. It's like the very air you breathe. Everything that you want to become, everything that you want to get rid of, all the changes you want in your life is what you had, or the manual is what you had last week. I challenge all of us to really live that experience every day of our life, to practice it every day of our life. And we will see us exploding, using this human experience to explode into our grand spiritual being. I can't wait to hear your testimony next year, DC 26. Let's take over.
Alina, thanks for showing up, my darling. I've not seen you in a long time. So we have been, before we went in the conference, we were looking at the subject of sexual energies, transcending expectations, transcending our addictions, transcending our attachments, utilizing sexual energy as for creative prowess. Because sexual energy is the most concentrated life force in the human system. We've talked about this. Why I say that is because it's the only instinctive energy that is capable of creating another human life. So I said that when it's not being used for reproduction, it becomes available for channeling into higher purposes. When it's not dissipated, the body and your psyche experiences very deep and profound transformations. That's the reason most mystics, yogis, most gurus go through seasons or cycles of abstinence, because all this fire becomes available to you to channel towards other causes. I can't belabor on that point. You've talked about how it's available to increase vitality and physical energy. We talked about that. That sexual energy is the biological reservoir for testosterone, dopamines, prolactin, zinc, essential proteins, and all these phytonutrients and neurochemicals that are tied up within the human system. So I cannot really overly layer on that. If you don't believe me, you can go do your own research. I'm not here to teach you. I'm only here to share with you what is passing through me. You know? And I talked about sharper focus. It's been, I think my point too was when I talked about sharper focus and mental clarity, that Amabi was joking. She said humorously that she doesn't think that will give you mental clarity, because sometimes when you're feeling horny and Your mind is on it. Your mind doesn't go off it. And I said that I challenged that because the horniness appear not to go away because you don't let it go. That's all it is. It's not because it's not leaving. You choose to hold it. So just one of those things. Being able to channel, being able to apply that discipline in that area, you stand to benefit from more discipline. Enhanced memory, stronger willpower, reduced mind fog. I know that because, as I said, I feel my most heightened self in seasons when I'm not dissipating to show my energies. I know the difference. This is not, as I said, it's not an invitation for us not to have sex. No, far from that. Even it's to open you up so that even when you are engaging, you know you have a better understanding of what is available to you, and you use it. In sessions, you recall Brashmo was sharing on how, or tips to even harness or to improve sexual power as a man, how to have staying power. All of these are useful. Okay, so yeah, it's just think about it. When you have an orgasm, if you feel drained and it's like, oh, okay, so it's done. There's a reason you feel like that. Yeah, you feel like something has left you, fed you has left you. So yeah, even for a woman, when a woman gets good at it, she doesn't want to be tagged. They get overly sensitive and they don't even want to be tagged again. Immediately after, there's a reason for that. Look into it. I touched a bit on sexual transmutation, which Poyong talks about massively, and I mentioned Napoleon Hill captures in his book. It's one of my textbooks, Think and Grow Rich. And he says that when sexual energy is not discharged, it rises into imagination. It feeds the intuitive and the symbolic layers of the imagination, and it intensifies creativity, fuels ambition and purpose. So use it. That's why most entrepreneurs, most mystics, leaders across the world, inventors, artists, and creative artists have used this energy as their inner fire and as their inner fuel. If you don't give it the creative outlet, it expresses itself as fantasy, as compulsion, as distraction. And if you channel it, it expresses itself as vision, as inspiration, and as pure genius and brilliance. So I take the occasion to also highlight this to the young people amongst us who are not sexually active yet, that you have this capsule of potential within you. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. People who have sex more than necessary, people who ejaculate or have orgasms more than necessary, it has been proven that or people who are constantly getting sexual stimulation of any kind, they tend to suffer more from mood swings and irritability, because you're making yourself susceptible to high sensitivity. And dopamine crashes is bound to follow if you are overly given to ejaculations and orgasms. See, But the thing takes you over like electricity, and you can't even do anything. You go into fits. There's a reason. There's a reason the body behaves that way when you are in that phase or in that state. So if you think about it, on the flip side, holding the energy will help stabilize your mood. It will reduce your anxieties. It will lower your impulsivity because you become less hypersensitive. And it helps you stay centered and build inner layers of grounding. And makes and will put you in a space where you're ever able to control your emotions instead of letting your emotions control you. Are there any questions at this point? Someone asked a question on YouTube that I saw late on last session, and they were asking if the body doesn't shut down. I wrote I think they said, does the body not shut down sexual chemistry when the energy is not dissipated? And I think it doesn't. Based on how I've understood this, it will rather amplify it outward. It will amplify it outward. Amplify it outward. I'll look for that study and share, as I call it, and share with you. They have identified how people who are less sexually stimulated, they have higher levels of natural confidence and improved voice resonance. I'll look for it. I've seen it a few weeks ago. And that it also says that it's been shown. Like these days, science is increasingly having crossovers with spirituality and increasingly finding evidence to substantiate or verify claims within quantum or spiritual space. Now, people's aura can be what the word I'm looking for, can be determined or identified through scientific means, because it has been it has been identified, or it has been noticed that our aura forms a magnetic field which can be picked up by radioactive instruments. That's crazy. It's something that we will probably not be able to explain fully in a million lifetimes, because it's so dynamic and constantly evolving. So that's where I'll say your libido becomes charisma instead of being something that destroys you and gets you moody and makes you throw fits and puts you all over the place. Your jing, as the Taoists call it, become radiant. Or if you are yoga driven, call it the ojas. It will grow. Okay. Grow. Are there any questions? I'll try and take. Are there any questions, please? For the kids who were in the session this morning, I know I think Samuel and Jay, you were here, you were there. You remember, you recall when we were talking about how human consciousness operates on a spectrum or on a vibrational scale. When we looked at the study of Dr. David Hawkins, can you share briefly what you remember from that? Because I think I just want to pick on that and tie that in with what we're saying and or what we're discussing now, and see if we can wrap up. Do you recall what the study by Dr. David Hawkins said about the spectrum of human consciousness, or that vibrational scale from 0 to 1,000?
Isn't it? At 0, there was like anger, or between 0 and
200.
Yeah, 0 and 200, there was anger. Was there 3 or 4?
Hmm?
And I know at 1,000 there was like joy.
Yeah.
He also said how you can meditate all you want, or you can listen to affirmations, believe that you are at the higher frequencies. But if inside you still act with anger, or you still think with anger, you're not going to achieve this high frequency.
Phil, I think you summed it up beautifully. Sam, have you got anything to add to that?
Nah, Joshua pretty much said everything.
I'll be surprised if you added anything, to be fair. Yeah. Yes, it's true. And you see, we aren't trying to get anything from the universe. So I'm chipping this in because like we're talking about this. Someone is asking, all right, so if I'm transmuting this energy, and what am I using it for? We aren't really trying to get anything from the universe. But what we are doing, or what we are doing in essence, we are learning to become the frequency that already has what we're trying to access. See? And that is all, in my opinion, that is all what this transmutation and going beyond is all about, where you can be at one with the very thing that is beckoning for you to step into. So the study indicates that our consciousness operates on a spectrum, a vibrational scale, which is a reflection of our inner states and our inner realities. And they ultimately determine the experiences that we attract in our lives. See? So below 200, as he said, so, we are, sorry, below 200 where is the zone where we find emotions like guilt, apathy, fear, anger, pride, shame, and so on. And this is the realm, or this is the space of victim consciousness. It's the space that is also resonant with where in the place where every urge for sexual activity feels like a compulsion that needs to be obeyed. Very, 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 very low levels. Okay. And this is where majority of humanity operate unconsciously. See? So it's just one of those things, and it's important for us to kind of acknowledge that we cannot remain at that level where we believe, or where we capture this idea that life is happening to you, where everything feels like survival, where we are constantly looking outside of ourselves for validation. We're looking to someone to show us love. We're looking to someone to make us feel love. We're looking to someone to approve of what we're doing and what we're being. We're looking to someone for safety, and sadly looking to something beyond us for salvation. Very low levels. This is then, and unfortunately, that is where the majority of us are operating from. Where systems are built on fear, which makes us prefer to stay reactive and doubtful and totally disempowered energetically. Then you look at from 200 to 499 is where a few as well, where they are experiencing a shift. And all of these link back to our sexual energies, where the courage within you begins to awaken, it begins to rise, and then you come to the place of understanding non-judgment, where you choose neutrality over being reactive, where you engage more willingness over having a resistance towards everything, where you operate in the region of acceptance rather than overly trying to deny and disprove things, where you engage reason over confusion and over confusion. I can't find a better word. And that is the stage. 200 to 499 is the stage of breaking free, where you start taking responsibility of your own experiences and begin to create rather than respond to your circumstances, where you take your destiny into your own hands and you understand that you are the architect of your own destiny, as supported and guided by this entire cosmic, grand, universal essence. From 500 to 599, he says, or the research shows, according to Dr. Hawking, David Hawking, your vibration gets refined. It becomes more refined, and this is the frequency of your love, of joy, of compassion, of gratitude, of inner peace, where you are no longer seeking love from outside, but you come to the realization that you are love itself. You generate it from within you and you radiate it outwards. You are no longer operating on the law of attraction, but the law of radiation, because it's all within you and you are bringing it outside. Everyone comes to that realization. It's within us, we bring it outside, and we create a massive, vast field of potentiality, of love. Raise the global vibration and frequency of love around it. In the zone where you get to where your creations, your products, your actions, they no longer come from a place of emptiness or longing, but they emerge from the abundance that you are, the completeness that you are, from the place of overflow. And he says above 600, we enter the domain of pure awakening, pure illumination. You are lighted. It's the zone of expanded consciousness. That's where you hit the states that we associate with Buddha, or Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness, or Krishna consciousness, or other enlightened beings with us within that space. The truth is, we've said it several times, and I will just re-emphasize, Christ, Buddha, Krishna, and all these enlightened beings that we ascribe divinity to, they aren't different from any of us. They're just humans who awakened to the essence of the divine in and about them. That's all it is. I know that maybe years down the line, generations will come and the Jesus, the Buddha, or the Krishna that they would know will be Brother Ishmael Tete, will be SOD, will be Pastor K. Will be talked about like this man lived and he walked in mega consciousness and impacted his world. That's what it is. You can mark that on the wall. I know that's coming. That you are working to the point that you become a reference point for consciousness. You become the reference point for love. You become a reference point for peace. You become the reference point for flow, wisdom, and harmony. That's my aspiration. These people aren't born different from you and I. They simply activated a level of consciousness that lies dormant within every individual. Every living being has got that potentiality lying dormant within them. And that potential is still present in you and me, waiting for your recognition and acknowledgement. We can only attract experiences that match our current frequency. Whatever the happenings in your life are, is the frequency that you are operating on. That is what is determining your outcomes. So if you want to attract profound outcomes, shift, change the dial. If you are vibrating at say 120 hertz frequency of anger, you will continue to attract situations that present you with the occasion to justify more anger. You are operating at the at the frequency of anxiety and fear, you will attract situations that will cause you to justify your fear. I hate this. I don't like this. I don't like this. You will constantly get situations to permit you to give that dislike and the fear and the anxiety expression. If you are vibrating higher, 540, 600, the frequency of joy and inner peace, your life naturally will be filled with circumstances that align with joy and peace. And as Joshua said, this is why, or the reason affirmations often fail. You can repeat, I'm the head and not the tail. I'm abundant, I'm there, 50 million times. But if you feel afraid, insecure, desperate, inadequate on the inside, your emotional frequency is what is going to get reflected. If you are still transmitting lack, your confession won't change, it won't change anything, because the universe doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your vibration. When I tell you come, you don't spell the word C-O-M-E in your mind. It's the feel. The vibration is sensing you is what you respond to. You don't see letters, you don't see words. If someone insults you with unprintable words, you don't see the words popping in your head, spelling, oh, you are an idiot, I-D-I-O-T. You don't see that. You don't see that. It's how it makes you feel that you respond to. If someone tells me I'm an idiot and I look at myself, I'm not an idiot, I cannot respond with anger. But if I look at myself and I feel like an idiot, well, guess what? I'll respond like an idiot. The quantum field doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your the reality that you feel. The frequency that you are embodying is what it responds to. So that's why I have, for some time now, I've just been re-examining this, and I'm like, it's not even a case of thinking you're changing your mindset alone. It's not thinking your way into a new life. It is rather feeling your way into it. And that's why whenever God says, the feeling is the secret. Shift. The moment the inner frequency is shifted, the outer world will have no choice than to reorganize itself automatically. It has no choice. Absolutely no choice. What we haven't received, I've done this exercise with the kids in the morning. We are born with an operation manual for our bodies. What we haven't received is the manual for our energetic bodies. That is a subtle system that determines your vitality, that determines your intuition, that determines your attraction, that determines your emotional patterns and your emotional gestures, that determines your magnetism, your attraction, and your ability to manifest or repel what you desire. It's what the mystics of old taught. Ancient wisdom. Current relevance. Are there any questions? Questions? Additions? Questions, additions, and then we do a healing charge and disperse. What I want us to understand is that your energy body is the interface between the material world and the quantum field. And when it is blocked, or when it is uselessly or needlessly dissipated, your life will feel blocked. When it's open and properly channeled, your life will feel open and properly channeled. When it's aligned right, your reality will also align with you. That's where all the things you desire, your relationships, your creativity, your intuition, your peace, becomes the reflection of the frequency you are embodying, as opposed to the wishful thoughts, the fanciful thoughts that you have about life and perception and reality. You are not attracting what you chase. You are attracting the experiences that you are. In this house, we've taught this. We don't beg the universe or God for blessings. But we teach ourselves to tune to the frequency where divine goodness and the blessings are already natural to us. That's what we're doing. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? If you're there, let me hear your voice. If you're there, let me hear your voice. If you're there, let me hear your voice. Am I here by myself?
Now we're here.
We're here.
Yeah, because I just said if you're there, let me hear your voice, but I wasn't hearing anyone. I can't see your images, so I don't know if you're there.
We're here.
I put it in speaker view so that the speaker gets highlighted, so I wouldn't see.
We are here.
And I know there is a comfort here. Do you have a question, Elena? Or you don't?
Yeah, my concern is about you mentioned that the universe works with vibrations, but not words. Am I right? I think that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Please, I would like you to explain more, because sometimes, let's say a friend could even spite you to the extent that you would like to take a decision, maybe not talking to the person again, not going close to prevent other issues, other bigger issues. So I want to know if it will be okay, because it's not good to fight with the people around you. So I want to know how to handle that. For example, in a staff, the people you work with, you get such issues. How should it be? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Can anyone help with an answer?
I think there are two questions, right?
In essence.
Okay. So I'll start with the second one. Okay, I thought she was going to say something. The second one, I think with the one with maybe people, staff, maybe someone getting on your nerves and things like that. It's more about how you, is not them. How you control your emotions and how you take what they say and how they behave. You can leave or transcend beyond their words, because at the end of the day, you can't control what anybody says to you. You can control how you feel and what you do about what they've said. So you can resolve it by saying, okay, that is how the person is. So if you know this is how this person is, or that's the situation, you just, okay, that's fine, that's you, and just leave beyond that. I don't know if that helps.
Well, also, I would, God bless you, Mommy. Yeah, it does help. I mean, I got clarity from what you were saying. I believe Sister Helena will do same. But I was just, when she finished with somebody's misbehaving, I just came to mind that if you misbehave and I can beat you, I'll beat you. But I won't say that here because we are in church space. Yeah, just to probably touch a bit on what Rev said, that the universe responds to a vibration, the frequencies, rather than words. I think maybe you are looking at words in terms of what you are hearing me say. Don't forget that words are just an extension of our thoughts. And I believe that's what Jesus meant when he said, or if it's not Jesus in the scriptures, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So
Yeah, exactly.
before you speak, is what is in my subconsciousness that's coming to my consciousness. I've thought about it before it's extended. I can even be there and not say anything, but I'm speaking. The words are just extension of our thought, of our heart, of our desires, of the frequencies that we are, where we are in awareness, where we are in frequency, the levels that we are. It's slowly coming out as the speech or the words that you are hearing me say. So the universe, Rev saying that the universe responds to vibration is what you're feeling in you, your inner vibration, your inner frequency, before it even turns into what somebody can hear. The universe is responding to it. So if you're feeling you have a very negative energy, negative frequency, or you are vibrating at a very low frequency, but in your mind you are trying to deceive us and say, "Oh, I'm well." You know, within you, the frequency within you is not responding to health. Let the weak say, "I am strong." But the frequency within you is this, I'm weak. But your mouth, you want the people around, "Oh, I'm strong. How are you, Sister Helena?" "I'm strong. I'm strong." But within you, you know that, you are not strong. So what you are saying and what is in you doesn't tally. How can two work together unless they agree? It is not just talking about you and your husband, but you can apply that, you can apply it in that sense. But how can your subconscious and your consciousness agree if work together if they're not in agreement? So what you are saying with your mouth is not in agreement with the frequency that you are emitting or the energy level that you are. So the universe responds to the level of frequency that you are, the energy rather than the words, because before the words come out, the feeling is there. And the words that is coming out must conform to the energy level that you are, the frequency that you are emitting. I don't know if I've made myself clear. Or that's the bit that I can add to.
It's clearer now. Thank you very much. I get it. So basically, whatever we talk about must tally with our feelings. Am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I'm asking, say, you know that you want to buy, I'm just giving an example, you want to buy a plot of land, say at the end of the year, you're believing, you are hoping, you know in your heart, but your mind is back on your bank account, the negative that you are. You know, it doesn't work. How can two work together unless they agree? You are not in agreement with the universe. Your heart is desiring one thing, your mind is also somewhere, but when your mind is agreeing with your heart, when your words are agreeing with the frequency, the level that you are, what your heart wants. I think that's what he says. Whatsoever you believe, when you pray, believe that you have received it and you shall have it, or you will have it. So at the time of praying, you know that you have it and you are declaring it to come to being. You are not praying and then going home to hope that it will come. You see? So that agreement must be there.
That's what the scripture says, that let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable. So until they are one, it's not, it won't work. It is not acceptable. Your request is not acceptable. So they need to match.
So, what if someone is saying, okay, right, that's what we're saying. So my words needs to agree with my feeling or my vibration. So I'm feeling just poo on the inside. So should I just say that, or should I shift? Should I engage to shift my feeling or my radiation? Oh, sorry, my feeling or my vibration to the state that I desire, and then pronounce that state, or because on the odd occasion you find someone and some people tell me, "Oh, Hassan, well, when you ask me how I'm doing, I can't even be honest because I'm not feeling well, but I have to tell you that I'm feeling well because I know that's what you want to hear." How do we just, if you're feeling rubbish supposedly on the inside, Should we just speak that and just let it be?
When Kay was saying it, that's exactly what came to mind when he was explaining it. That someone, for instance, you ask because you know the answer, the person will not accept the answer, the actual feeling. So you just answer what
They just tell
what
you
the person wants to hear.
what you want to hear.
Exactly, so
Yeah.
that you can have peace of mind.
You see, and I'll just touch on it again. You want to tell me what I want to hear so that I have peace of mind. Good for me. I have my peace of mind and go, but you will still have that shitty feeling in you and experience that feeling that you're experiencing. You are not here to make me happy. It's about you. So I come to you and I ask you, Rev, how are you feeling? You deep within you feel shit. Tell me, Pastor, I feel like shit. And then we'll be able to talk about or work through how you can raise that shit energy within you to a higher energy where you can proclaim what you feel within. Because if you're feeling shit within you, and I ask you because you know that if you tell me you're feeling shit, I'll say, no, you can't go and then work within you. So you want to tell me you feel good? Fair enough. That is that. You told me what I'm not feeling shit within me. You are feeling shit within you. You will go home still feeling shit. Because the
But
shit that is
the
within.
person we are talking about, it will be another argument. You have said we'll solve it, or you said, oh, we'll talk about it and we'll elevate your feeling to. But this person will say, how can you be saying that?
No, wait, are we talking about someone in particular or what? Because I thought this was a generic question, but now it's turned into a personal attack on someone.
We've put Mr. Bonsu here we are talking about. So let's say that person is Mr. Bonsu. No, but that was a good question you asked. And that is not just a question, it is what is happening. We are seeing many people. I mean, and every now and then, some of us, sometimes we get to that state. I myself get to that state. You know that the feeling that you are feeling is not in conformity with what you are saying. You are trying very hard to appear to look good, to make people know that you're okay. You know, you're speaking the right words, but deep within you know that the words you are speaking doesn't conform to the feeling that you're going through. And so that's what I'm trying. I'm attempting to explain that you need to work on how you are feeling. It is not what goes into a man that defines what comes out. And this, as we know, that what we are seeing was born out of the unseen. We are creating our world. It's what is within that is coming out as what you want to see. And so if what is within is shit, and you are only proclaiming by your mouth, it is not going to work. That is what I believe. I'll leave that for the papa.
Has anyone else got anything to say to that? Anyone else? Has anyone put anything in the chat? Basically, can you check for me, please?
No, there's nothing in the chat.
I think we have, to be fair, I'm just laughing. I'm laughing because I do get that in my interactions with people often.
Well, technically, it was you we're talking about.
If so, I think this does highlight something for me, and I think I will take my time. Maybe next week you'll use this as an opening, and see how we tackle this. But generally, what I would say is there's a difference between acknowledging and confessing. Yeah? There's a difference between acknowledging and confession. And that is where declarations come in. And I align with declarations now. You don't need to lie to yourself. You have an honest acknowledgement of whatever it is on the inside, but you don't confess it as your identity. You feel it. You listen to what it's trying to communicate to you, because every supposed negative or undesirable vibration is trying to communicate something. Listen to it, learn from it, and then shift from within. And once you have shifted from within, you are only feeling that vibration. Don't feed it. If you are confessing it, you are feeding it. Okay? So feel it, learn from it, shift within. And once you have shifted within, you confess or you affirm or declare a desirable outcome that you are looking for. So it's something that I came up with and I shared with someone, because I do, just as somebody was saying, I do get this a lot from people. So let's say, I'm being honest and I'm not being dramatic with it. I feel scared. I feel small. I'm feeling unworthy. You avoid identity statements that confirm or make that feeling concrete. So I'm only feeling unworthy. I'm only feeling scared. I'm feeling a low vibe. I'm feeling broken. But I am not broken. I am not low vibration. I'm experiencing fear right now, and I'm learning how to move through it. That is positive. You are acknowledging, and then you are allowing yourself, or you are positioning yourself for a shift. One statement that I shared with someone quite recently: this fear is rising through me, and I am open to seeing things differently. I choose to be kind to myself right now in this situation, in this state. I'm feeling this kind of vibe, and I'm choosing to be kind to myself in this. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling afraid. And a wiser part of me is still here. Even if I can't feel my courage yet, I know that my courage is fully there. And it's rising. I can guarantee you that will make you experience a shift within moments. And then now, when you are making your confession of the positive outcome or the desired outcome, your psyche is not going to register it as a lie. Am I clear? Helena. Helena, are you there?
Yes, please, I'm here.
Am I clear with what I said?
Would you please come again?
No, am I clear with what I said? Or if you missed it, it's fine. You can catch up on it on the YouTube.
Oh, I'm clearer now. I now get everything.
Okay.
I had some difficulties understanding how you could work on your feelings and vibrations and all that. But now I get it. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.
I'm clear with that one.
All right. Okay. Spare with me 1 sec. Okay. Go into wherever you are. To allow yourself, you allow your body to relax. Follow your breathing. Observe your breath. And sit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Okay. So allow yourself to observe your breath. Observe breathing happening. Feel your pulse, listen to your heartbeat. Right now, where you are sat, feel the tail of your spine extend a strong, energetic, and vibrant roots going through the seat where you are, through the ground, to the crust and core of the earth, grounding you. Your head, your hair, as extensions of this grand oak, with green, vibrant leaves reaching out to the sun, the sky. With a glow of luminous intensity, with the strength and the intensity of a million suns shining from above shining through the leaves, permeating through your body, expanding and exuding out from the very center of you, wherever your heart is. Sit with this and feel into it. Fathers and our mothers, ancient ones whose wisdom flows through the rivers of time, As the birds that journey across distant lands find their way home into safety, so do we return now to the nest of our being, infinite source, the eternal Godhead from whom and from which we've all emerged. Without a compass to guide, birds that fly across the skies, and without such instruments they return to their nest, so too as souls of flow, we are guided back to the source of our wholeness, the sacred power in which our true nature is restored. In you, divine source, we find our rest. In you, we reclaim the fullness of our being. Your kingdom, which is the realm of love, of joy, of peace, of soundness, of serenity, of wisdom, of health, beauty, vitality, bright, joyous relationships, and divine intelligence. Let it unfold itself in and through us right now. This kingdom of endless creation, which is forever imagining its next perfection, let it awaken within our souls. Invoke this kingdom of divine goodness. Call it forth, opening ourselves to its eternal radiance and allowing it to shine in and through us as us. Now say it in a resounding voice within your soul. I am holy, I am infinite, and I am eternal. Your beginning, your now, your future is right here now. All that ever was and all that will ever be in this sacred conference, in this geometry of light, illumination, and wisdom. All your desires are coming to divine fruition now. This is the moment of the sun. Let it rise within our souls and flower with all the virtues of source power. Source power. Source power. By the potency, the vibrancy, and the authority of the divine within, I speak peace and soundness to all your being and everything that concerns you. If a miracle is needed today, let it happen. If healing is desired today in any area of our lives, let it happen. Let transformation happen. Let purification happen. Let growth, expansion, vitality happen. Let health happen. Let all that serve our evolution be made manifest right now, here. I speak restoration, O souls. Restoration to the original idea that you dreamed of each and every one of us flows. Vibrance as you dreamed of each and every one of us souls of divine flow, in the energy of the Ethereum, we receive this decree in peace, in wholeness, and in soundness. And as a union, we say, so it is. This moment births and marks the beginning of the next 25 years of every soul aligned to wisdom in flow. Live in flow and radiance. Great ancestors of our lands, our lineages, biological lineage, spiritual lineage, rise now and bring yourselves to fulfillment in and through this sacred work. It calls you to harvest and to commune in our bodies. Whatever you have been in us, oh sacred mothers, oh sacred fathers, let it now come to full manifestation and full glorification. If you aren't speaking, we speak for you. If you aren't feeling, we feel for you. If you aren't acting, we act for you. Declare that let divine will be done in and concerning each and every one of us. May your essence be birthed in the soul of all humanity, in the heart of humanity. Let eternal peace rise from every nook and cranny of the earth, every space, every sphere. This is our universal cosmic body in you. You are the life of all creation and every living thing. And through the life of you, through the life of my soul in you and through you, let humanity awaken to their consciousness of divinity. Speak a new day of balance, of perfection, and I declare it established forever. So it is. Blessed are you, O restorative power of God, dedicated to the renewal of the life of every soul of flow in wisdom. May we be rooted in divine confidence. The divine confidence and wisdom of the earth, the world that is perfecting itself by its own divine nature. May our words be life. The words that you speak, they are spirit and they are life. I charge you and I set you forth now as a worthy instrument of restoration. Cultivated within. May all the virtues of Christ come out within you by this divine charge. May you be fired from the foundation of the world and let your radiance be lifted into the heavens. You are a vessel of divine wholeness. Let the light so shine. You are never fulfilled and are never satisfied, filled. By the activation of this power, I pronounce you whole. I pronounce you source power. I pronounce you the field of limitless abilities and capabilities. I pronounce you come into Christ's fruition for the restoration of the divine, the acceleration of the evolution of life. Your days of weeping come to an end. And declare resoundingly within you, I am God revealed and I am God established forever. You are the fullness of life accomplished. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Shalom and life assess from a place of love, joy, purity, goodness, and harmony. I bless you. I bless you. And God bless you. Amen. Bye-bye.